Happy Resurrection Day, or Easter, whatever you all call it. Had a good day. I went to church, and if you want to see it, it was awesome. It's valleycreek.org. They filmed it, and it's they did a song, 3 songs, I guess, and then it's a video of the pastor, and you didn't see him until the very end. He was, and just they had the scriptures on the screen, and he was reading them, and they took Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and they intermixed them to tell the, you see what I see, nosy, he's smelling a doggy where I was later. They intermixed the scriptures telling, it starts with the Passover dinner and goes through the resurrection. And it might be like, you know, a couple of verses of John, and then a couple of verses of Mark, and then back to John again, and Matthew, and like that. They mixed it all up. They told the whole story, but with little bits of each of the Gospels. And with scenery over, you know, behind the words. And then at the end, he did maybe 5-10 minutes of pulling it all together, what it means to us. And then another song, and then that was it. Oh, we had Passover in there. Not Passover. Communion in there too. But it was really good, so if you want to watch it, it's valleycreek.org. Then I went, because we had a family birthday party for Emma, who's turning 21. And, you know, my ex and his wife were in for Easter, so they did it yesterday so they could be there for her birthday. And it's really funny, my daughter-in-law, she was told about this Mexican lady that makes piñatas that for better quality, better price than like Party City or whatever. So she goes and she wants to get a cactus, like, you know, with the, you know, this kind of cactus. And the lady's like, do you want grande? And she's like, sure, I want a bigger one. So she gets this thing, and it is probably 5 feet tall. And the center where the candy goes is about this big and about, you know, 4 feet tall. So her little bit of candy she bought wasn't cutting it, so she had to go back and buy a bunch more candy. And then we hung it up from a tree out on the driveway. And everybody, there's like 20 of us, everybody took several turns beating on that thing, and finally had to lay it down and just wail away at it to get it to bust open, because it was like each side was about this thick. It was super heavy. Some of the little kids wanted to try and hold it up, and they couldn't do it. It was just too heavy. Had to be the strong adults that did it. And then they played this game they made up called Hungry Hippos, and they got some of the balls that you would have in a ball pit and put them on the driveway, and then there were 2 creepers like go under your car, and a bucket, and then a big bin. And the way it worked, you had a team of 3. You had one person laying on the creeper, one person pushing them by their legs, and then one person helping get the balls into the big ball bin. So the one that's laying on the creeper had this bucket, and they went and rolled up to the balls and slammed the bucket down on it and dragged it back, and then unloaded it into their bigger bin. And then every third turn they'd switch who was the pusher and who was the grabber. So it was like Hungry Hippos. You remember that game where you like to get the balls, only with the humans. So it was pretty funny. There's this Mexican market that's about halfway between my house and the kids' house, and they have the best fajita made, and it's already pre-seasoned. You just got to grill it, and oh, it's just awesome. So we had fajitas, and anyway, it's a yummy day. And then today, after Easter, because the family did their thing yesterday, so we weren't really doing Easter today, I went over to a friend of Kay's, and I know her too. She's just not as good a friend of mine, but we went over to their house for dinner or Easter. You know, it's midday thing, 2 o'clock type thing. And they had these big old thick steaks that they grilled, and baked potatoes, and corn on the cob, and green beans, and all that stuff, all the rolls, all the yummy stuff. Big old fruit tray. So Kay and I split a steak because they were about this big and about this thick. So we're like, no, we got to split one. So we split one. So I just got home. It's about 5 o'clock. I was going to say it's 5:30, but I'm looking at the time of how long I've been talking. It's not 5:30. What time is it? It is 3:30, not 5:30. So anyway, that is how I spent Easter, an Easter weekend. What did you do for Easter? I had an awesome weekend, and I got in the mail yesterday. I got I don't know, is this sacrilegious showing undies on Easter? I don't know. I got my Heaven Panties one that I get for free every month, and I don't really need it. If I wasn't getting them free, I'd stop it, but since I'm getting them free, it gives me content. And what do you got? What do you got? You're making noise over there. You're into something. He's been loving them. We got one of those, it's a thing you put it next to your sliding glass door, and it's a piece of glass with a doggy door at the bottom, and he's been loving that he can come and go as he pleases. I mean, if I'm not home or it's nighttime, I lock him in, but the rest of the day, he can just go out in the backyard whenever he wants, and he's loving that, and I'm loving it too, because I don't have to take him out all the time. So this always comes in a little, looks like it's flowered. You can see a little peek through what the undies look like. So it's a Ziploc bag with undies in it. Why Ziploc, I don't know, but they'd make a good reusable shipping bag. So this is what I got this time. Very springy looking, but very see-through. This is like not me. Nope, don't get that. So it's kind of springy, maybe even fall-y. The colors are kind of fall colors, but I mean, I can see my hand through 2 layers of it, so it's very see-through. See? You can see me. Can you see me through both of the layers? I can see you. So I don't know about these. I mean, they are full size, and it's got a nice waistband, but it's stretchy, so, and the leg bands look comfy. It's just the see-through is a little uncomfortable for me, but I guess nobody's going to see them but me. They're like little flowers. Almost looks fall-y to me, but it does have flowers on it, so that's kind of springy. It's got like a little bow. And they look, because they're stretchy, they look like they'd be really comfortable. So I'm not unhappy with that. The little card that comes with this. They used to have these different ways where you could earn free undies, but now it's give 20, get 20 in add-on credits. When you refer a friend and they sign up, then you can get, the person you refer and gets 20 off, and you get 20 off, which is, I think it's for 2 pairs of plus size, it's $16.95. 1 pair is like $8.95. So I probably wouldn't get these if they weren't free. But I almost always like them. But then you can get like 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and the price goes down as you do, different commitment levels. But I've almost always liked these. So anyway, it's kind of an odd thing to do on Easter, but they showed up in the mail, so what the heck. So happy Easter to you all. Happy Resurrection Sunday. He is risen, and you say, he is risen indeed. So I hope you all had a wonderful Easter day today, and I'll try and do a Mask Monday for you tomorrow. I'm not sure. Remember I told you I was going to do a Temu, whatever? I went to the post office, and it's still not there. I'm trying to trace it, but they had this some Lone Star something delivery service that's supposed to deliver it to the post office. And I texted or emailed them and I haven't heard anything back. It's been sitting supposedly in the Fort Worth post office or the Fort Worth facility, whatever, since the 29th of March. So that's, what, a week and a half? And it does not take a week and a half to go from Fort Worth to Corinth. They're about 30 miles apart. So, it should take like maybe with traffic an hour. It's not going to take 2 weeks. So I don't know if I'm ever going to get that Temu. It may have been lost in the ozone somewhere and I may never get it. But I already paid for it, so I'm not sure who to get on that. I went through the shipping company, but if something doesn't get resolved in another week or two, then I'll try the Temu people and see if they can do something about it, because I spent, I don't know, $50 or something because I got some clothes this time. So I don't have $50 to just blow away. Speaking of money, I'll tell you about this tomorrow never mind. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I was going to talk about finally settled on a window guy, and there's more trickle down from that. So we will talk all about that stuff on Mass Monday. So be watching for Mass Monday. If you don't know who I am, I do unboxings, unbaggings, get ready with me, Mass Mondays, hauls, cooking videos sometimes crafting videos, chit-chat videos, like this one. Well, I did have a little bit of an unbagging, a teeny one. So anyway, happy Easter. Love you all. If you haven't subscribed, love to have you. I'm going to start poking around looking for a collab, because I haven't been in one in a while, because I didn't do one in January because I was doing the no spin January thing, and then people kind of forgot about me because I didn't do one. So now I'm kind of out of everybody's radar, I guess, to invite me to be part of their collab. So I'm going to have to try and hit people up again and say, hey, I want to do a collab. So I'm going to work on that, and if and when, I'm sure eventually I'll get there. I think I'm 18, maybe 19, somewhere in there, subscribers away from 700. And I have a big old box that I'm ready to go. As soon as I hit 700, we'll do a big giveaway. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Love to have you. We have a lot of fun here. Talk to y'all soon. Happy Easter. Bye-bye.